our first reading today, the deception of Jacob. Jacob wanted to get this inheritance from his father, okay, Isaac. And so he deceived his father, telling him that I'm your son Esau. That's the problem with Jacob. He wants to get what he wants, not what God wants. And he would do whatever it takes to get whatever he wants. And he would do a lot of deception, not just in this case. He would deceive a lot of people, situations. That's why his name is Jacob. Jacob means deceiver. Okay? And he thinks that he could get away with it. But whatever we sow, we will reap. And that's what happened with Jacob, right? When he went to his uncle to take the hand of his younger daughter, Rachel, he worked for 7 years as a dowry. And then the uncle deceived him by giving him the first daughter, which is Leah. So the Lord was teaching Jacob a lesson that you should not be deceiving, right? But I think what happened there is that Jacob was just powerless. He just kept on deceiving people. He couldn't help himself. There's a wrestling match between Jacob and Angel, right? And for the longest time, I couldn't know what that means. And I was asking the Lord today, Lord, what does the significance of that? Jacob wrestling with this angel. And the Lord just impressed into my heart that Jacob was just powerless with his deception. And he couldn't help himself. That's why he was wrestling with the angel. Please help me. Help me. Otherwise, I will continue to deceive people. Right? And he didn't stop wrestling with angel until the Lord blessed him. The Lord helped him. That's why there was a change, right? There was a change from his name, from Jacob being a deceiver, to Israel who struggles with God. And the Lord promised him that nations and kings will come from you. You see the blessing of the Lord. But there should be a change of heart in Jacob. And Jacob couldn't change himself. He needed God to change him. That's why, for us, whatever we're struggling with, we can't change on our own. Maybe we've been labeled by our struggles, by our sinfulness, by our mistakes, like Jacob. Jacob, the deceiver, right? John, the liar, or Mike, the adulterer. Imagine being labeled like that. On your own, on our own, we can't change ourselves. We need to wrestle with God. We need to struggle with Him. Said, Lord, please help me. And that takes a lot of humility, right? Knowing that we are powerless. Knowing that we can change ourselves. But also, that shows great faith in God. That we know that God can and would help us if we only ask for it. And that's the lesson for all of us. We all struggle with whatever sins or attachment or addiction, right? We all struggle with something. And if we try to overcome those struggles on our own, we're just setting up ourselves for failure. We need to turn to God and ask for His help. And we see how God could really change us. And by changing us, He will surely bless us.